Hey guys, this is Tyler here. It is October 10th here in Estonia, and today I'm just going to discuss why all MGTOW guys here should have some wealth stored in cryptocurrency. Okay, so cryptocurrency has been a very popular topic now for 5-6 years. It really started becoming mainstream, I think, maybe around 2015, 2016. And then I think around 2017 was when Bitcoin and Ethereum had that historic run. And from that point, also many other IPO or initial ICOs, initial crypto offerings started happening. Now there's many cryptos on the market, and more come out each month, each year. Crypto is a very interesting concept. I think it's the currency of the future. If we look at many countries that have had a lot of currency fluctuations, we could look at the Turkish lira or the Russian ruble. Many other currencies, of course, have had major downturns. And in these markets, people obviously have seen a huge decrease in the value of their money. Two other examples that come to mind are Argentina and Venezuela, both two countries that had huge amounts of inflation in the past 3 to 5 years. With this, of course, the value of the money has gone down tremendously in these respective countries and markets. And this is why I think you should have some amount of wealth stored in crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think these are the two main ones. You could certainly look at other cryptos out there. I have some XRP Ripple, and there's many others. At least have some Bitcoin and Ethereum for future purposes. Cryptocurrency certainly is money of the future. As we have seen, it's became extremely popular in many countries now. And many people had started purchasing different amounts of crypto in 2017, and then the trend continued. And I think it's maybe gone down a bit, the popularity. It's not to say the importance and effectiveness of it has actually gone up, I believe. If we think about what the fundamental vision of crypto obviously was to create a monetary system, obviously, that was decentralized through blockchain. And that was obviously the main purpose of the crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum, when it first came out. This is one of the reasons I think it's very important to have. Intrinsically and extrinsically has a lot of value to it, and also it's easier to hold on to, and if you have bad circumstances, because it's much more anonymous by nature. You're often not dealing with a centralized bank that controls the money going in and out. Also, as I said before, if we look at world currencies that have had huge fluctuations, like the Venezuelan bolivar or the Russian ruble, it serves a lot of utility in these kind of markets to have crypto, which over the past 3 years has certainly held its value much better. Like I said before, crypto is more anonymous. You're not dealing with a bank. No, I'm not saying that if you have crypto that the government can come in and seize it, but it certainly is more secure than if you have funds sitting in any bank. And that's not just like an American bank. That could be banks across the world. Even Americans who have banks, who have funds in other banks in various countries, can have the U.S. government, the IRS, coming in and being very intrusive into these accounts. This especially becomes an issue as you become wealthier. As a North American, it slowly becomes worse and worse over time. This is where crypto becomes very effective and useful to have, because if you need some kind of backup fund, your funds could be frozen for any number of reasons. I mean, other countries will freeze funds. HSBC Bank in Asia, actually, I believe it was Hong Kong, was freezing accounts all the time a few years ago. And these were people from all over the world. Their accounts were being frozen. There's a well-known case of a guy who had like $2 million frozen, and it was very difficult to get those funds unfrozen. This could certainly become more of an issue in the future in other banks. Also, we could look at countries where governments have had financial issues, like Greece or Cyprus. And in these cases, the governments could actually come in and take money from people's bank accounts. This is what was happening. And this is the same type of thing that could certainly begin happening in Western countries like US, Canada, Australia. and just become much more of an issue. And this is why I think having crypto and as a safeguard is excellent to have, along with precious metals like gold or silver, because it's not to say that the government could certainly find some means of taking people's crypto, but typically it's more anonymous, and you can typically hide it easier. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and it'll just safeguard you better. Because for any reason, if something happens in your life, you could be going through some kind of divorce or have been through a divorce and your funds have been frozen, or you could be dealing with problems with the tax authority in your country, at which point often they can freeze people's bank accounts. Then you don't have any funds available at that point. And by having some kind of crypto wallet with like Bitcoin or Ethereum, it could be like Binance or one of these platforms, you have this crypto there for a bad circumstance. The nice thing with crypto is the fact that you can store quite a bit of wealth in the form of crypto. I mean, it's not like one of these situations where you'd have to be, say, carrying gold bars around with you wherever you go, wherever you travel. I mean, if you want to, say, have 20,000 or 30,000 worth of gold, you need like 30 ounces of gold carrying around with you, which if you were actually going through airports and stuff, this could become a huge risk. And it obviously is also against many airline policies to be carrying this amount of precious metal on person. And so by having crypto, obviously it's virtual, and you can access it anywhere, and you wouldn't have to be carrying, say, precious metals on you wherever you're going. MGTOW men, of course, believe in going their own way, in dictating your life and your freedom. Having a safety net if something goes wrong. I mean, if anything happens, you have something to fall back onto, and you have funds available so that you don't go totally destitute. And this is where I think the usefulness of having crypto there is very important. And I would highly urge to keep some wealth in the form of crypto in the future to help you for any future event that could happen. And it could be a very good investment. Price of Bitcoin and Ethereum could certainly go up. It could skyrocket in the future. And as an investment itself, I mean, in 10 years, it could be 20 times worth what it is now. So as an investment vehicle in that sense, it serves a phenomenal purpose. If you look at it, it's very effective to have as much crypto as you can purchase. So give me your feedback below in this video, and thank you.